gotta let the kids lick the spoon. All of the hearts, all of the meat but half the skins, and save me all the bones. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. My pleasure. Got it? Yep, thanks. You too. Hey guys, it's Jasmine, and today I'm gonna show you how to make the healthiest cat food in the world. This isn't like the typical raw food diet you hear about with people, which is fruits and vegetables and nothing being cooked. This is actually raw meat and organs and things that cats are naturally supposed to eat because they are carnivorous creatures. That said, if you're easily grossed out by ground up meat and organs and bones and things, then this video may be a little squeamish for you. I'll be honest, I think this food is incredibly gross every time I make it, but it's not for me, it's for my cat, and you have to respect what they are supposed to eat. Now, you totally have the option to buy raw cat food. They do have it in pet specialty stores, and it's usually in the frozen or refrigerated section, but it is probably 5 or 6 times the price, if not more, than what we're gonna make today. Now, one thing you will need at home if you want to make this raw cat food is a high power blender, or if by chance you have a meat grinder, you can use that as well. Now, if you go to a private butcher, I'm not sure if they can grind up the bones, but at my supermarket, I get this done at Publix, which is like the Southeast US. They will not grind up the bones, but they will grind up everything else, so you don't have to worry about that, and that saves a lot of time. Okay, let's get started. So here's what you're gonna need to work with. You're gonna need a giant bowl, one medium-sized bowl, a whisk, another small bowl or Tupperware. This is gonna be to put the egg whites because we're only going to use egg yolks, as you will see, measuring spoons, a liquid measuring cup, and a high power blender. I use my Vitamix. So the first thing I'm gonna do is dump all of this meat into the bowl. Something else I want to point out that's really important is that you have to make this as soon as you get home, if not the same day you get the meat. I have admittedly made the mistake of buying everything to make this food and then not giving myself the time to make it for 2 days. I mean, cats are freaking smart, so he knows, and it's like he wouldn't touch the food. It just wasn't fresh enough, and he wouldn't touch it, and then I had to just go get everything all over again after making him 2 to 3 weeks worth of food, which is what this batch made. There, it slides out. I try not to touch it. I wasn't kidding, this grosses me out. But I love my cat, so it's the things you do. So this is all set. I'm gonna go wash my hands. I wash my hands a lot during this process. What I do next is I fill this up with 1 cup of water. That's what we're gonna need. The supplements we are going to include are taurine powder, vitamin E powder, salmon oil capsules, vitamin B complex capsules, light salt. You want to make sure it's light salt because it is different than regular salt, and L-lysine. This actually isn't a necessity like the other things are. I added this because my cat does get weepy eyes, which is a sign of cat herpes, which like over 90% of the cat population has. If your cat has weepy eyes or like discharge coming from his or her eyes to where it gets kind of crusty sometimes, then lysine is something that you can even add to your cat's regular food just a little bit, and it helps with those symptoms. Human tip, if you get cold sores or warts or anything like that, or actually shingles, then incorporating lysine, I would say maybe 500 to 1,000 milligrams a day, can actually help alleviate those symptoms. So fun fact for you. You will also need 4 egg yolks. So that's why we have this spare bowl. I'm gonna put the whites into this bowl to use later and just make maybe an omelet or something for myself, and put the yolks into this bowl. So we have our 4 yolks in. To these yolks, we are going to add all of these powdered supplements, and again, I will put all of the measurements in the link below. By the way, for the vitamin B, you want to make sure that you either get a powder or you get these veggie caps that you can open up and just dump the powder into this mixture. So now we're just gonna add maybe a third to a half of this water into here and give it a whisk. We're gonna put this aside for right now and grind up our bones. So the Vitamix is here and ready to go. We're gonna open this up and put about 75% of the bones into the Vitamix. Okay, so now for the grossest part of this whole process, probably, when we grind up the bones in here until they are completely ground down. I actually add a little bit of water to give it some help. Needless to say, I wash and sanitize the crap out of this when I'm done doing this. So now what I do is I actually add this egg yolk mixture into the blender. Scrape it down just a little bit. One more time. All right, that's that. Looks like that pink slime crap we heard about on the news a while ago. So what we're gonna do next is bring this back into the picture and dump all of this glorious pink slime into the meat. So a little trick that I do to really get all of this, because I hate when stuff is wasted in the container, is take the rest of your water, whatever is left, pour it in here, and then you're gonna do the highest possible speed on the blender, which is similar to actually how you clean it out with soap and water, but we're gonna do the highest possible speed, which will get all of these last little bits, and I'll pour it in here. Okay, see? So then we pour all of this in here. So the last thing we're gonna do before mixing this all up is put in the salmon oil capsules. Get a sharp knife, and you just wanna pierce the end of one of them very carefully, and then you just squeeze the oil out here. Be careful when you're doing this because you might squirt yourself with salmon oil and end up smelling like fish all day. And now we just mix. It takes at least 2 minutes of solid mixing to really get things incorporated. All right, it's all mixed up, and now we just separate this into 8 to 10, I think these are 16-ounce Tupperwares. As you can see, I don't fill these up all the way at all, and that's because I have one in the fridge and I put the rest in the freezer, because you are not going to want to keep this raw meat in the fridge for 2 to 3 weeks. And once I get down to about a quarter of whatever's in the fridge, I put one from the freezer into the fridge to thaw out, because it takes about 12 hours or so, and then we keep going like that. We really didn't dirty that many dishes, but you really want to make sure that you clean everything very, very well, and also wipe your counters down after messing with all of this raw cat goodness. All right, guys, that is how you make raw cat food. Okay. If you liked this video, remember to click the thumbs up below, and also subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos on health, fitness, nutrition, recipes, stress management, and now apparently cat stuff. If you'd like to learn more about cat stuff, including the recipe in this video, just go to thepuppyshow.com. I'll also leave a link in the description below, and click on My Diet, and that's where you'll find everything regarding this recipe. If you have a few minutes, I suggest browsing around the website too, because there's a bunch of cool stuff, including cool cat shirts and things. This shirt is the Whisker Warrior Racerback. It is one of my favorites, and actually is super authentic right now because there is cat hair all over it. They're one of a kind. You won't be able to find them anywhere else. And just because you made it to the end of this video, and obviously you have an interest in cats, we are gonna offer a special coupon code for first-time orders on the website. When you go to make your first order, just type in raw food 10. I'll put that right here as well so we all know how to spell it. And that'll give you 10% off your first order until the end of this year. There's really cool tote bags too, see? If you want to risk looking like a somewhat crazy cat lady in the supermarket, these are perfect for you. All right, all of that being said, if you have any questions about anything, please leave it in the comments below, or if you want to see exactly how I portion the food out and feed him day to day, maybe I can make a video on that. Thanks for watching. Bye. Ooh, real quick, grocery store tour guide, holistic fitness starter guide. This is full of a ton of things. It's great for kids. I think it's great for people going off to college. Of course, the holistic fitness starter guide, which is a breakdown of my approach when it comes to feeling your best, feeling your healthiest. It's on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. Okay, that's it.